What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugas, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today I'm going to talk about a couple of moves that I think the Philadelphia Eagles still got to make after they made a couple of cuts and trades already. But before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me, and whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy, yo. Clearly we still got work to do. We still are broke, basically. We basically gotta eat up $33 million for a man that ain't even on the roster, yo. But the good thing is after this season, we ain't got to deal with that type of stuff. We are releasing Deshaun Jackson. We are releasing Alshon Jeffrey. We did trade Carson Wentz away. But there's still clearly some more moves that I think need to be made. Now, look, I don't have all the numbers in front of me right now. I'm not some Howie mathematician with all the numbers in front of me that it will tell you exactly if it gets us over the cap, under the cap, or whatever. But there's some obvious moves that I think we all agree still need to be made. And then there's some that, maybe don't need to be made that some people think need to be made. And maybe there's some that I think need to be made that other people may not agree with. For one, the obvious one's Malik Jackson. We got to let Malik Jackson go. Clearly, I don't know what in the hell is wrong with Howie giving over $10+ million to three D tackles when you really could only really play two at a time. It just goes to speak into the just craziness that Howie Roseman has done with this organization and with this team and with this roster. So he is one that I clearly think has to happen. And I think will. Clearly, we all know about Zach Ertz already. We all love Zach Ertz. One of the really, really good Eagles, Super Bowl hero. But, it's not just with his play last season, the fact that he's getting older, but the emergence of a Dallas Goedert potentially. Though Goedert has not had the production that we all expect him to have up to this point, we got to see what he could do. And clearly he's a top 10 talent. And when you have that, it makes Ertz expendable, especially with our salary cap situation. So Zach Ertz is another guy. Um, Believe it or not, I almost forgot this guy was technically still a part of the team. Marquise Goodwin, yo, counts against 4.5 million against the cap. Clearly he didn't play at all last season. We're going with more of a youth movement at the wide receiver position by letting guys like Alshon and Deshaun go. So I really don't think there's really no need for a Marquise Goodwin. So he's another one that I think should be a obvious decision. And then there's a couple of ones that, is a little questionable. Take it a guy like Darius Slay. I like Darius Slay a lot. I know he didn't have the type of impact that we wanted him to have this season. He didn't really do well, obviously, against DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams. But for the most part, he was okay. He got only one interception in Dallas. But I think he's still a very, very good cornerback. The problem is when you paying a cornerback like I think he's gonna make 15 million this year or whatever. You don't want to pay a cornerback $15 million a year for a team that's rebuilding, So I think that we should definitely look into trying to trade Darius Slay. I don't know what we'll get back in return. I mean, we almost, it took for the last hour to get something really decent for Carson Wentz, a quarterback. So I don't know exactly what we'll get for like a 30-plus-year-old corner. But anything helps, yo. It gets some money off the books. Anything helps. Another guy, to me, is obvious. I know some people Derek Barnett. Like, I think it's time for Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat has shown times last year to be a very, very, very solid pass rusher. He's very athletic, has extremely long arms, good pass rush moves. His biggest issue is staying healthy. But I think he's a better prospect for us going forward, than a Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett, I feel like had a very, very good rookie year, which was the Super Bowl season. Always gonna remember him for recovering the Tom Brady fumble in the Super Bowl, getting the strip sack against Case Keenum in the NFC Championship game. But I don't feel like he's lived up to being a first round pick. And I'm surprised. Like, honestly, when we got him, I thought he was gonna be very, very good for us. But in the rookie year, it was way less expected out of him, and he produced more. So I feel like he's someone, I think that'll save us a good bit of money against the cap also. Then you got guys like, a Fletcher Cox. I don't think we let Fletcher Cox go necessarily, but he has to restructure that contract. Like, you gotta, like, give back, like, scratch off some of this money, yo. Another guy is Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is another lovable Eagle. I'm not quite ready for us to move on from him yet. We got to see if he could restructure. Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks. These are guys that I think should still be part of the team, but they need to significantly restructure their deal to give us more money. And if they decide, you know what, I'm not restructuring this deal, then guess what? I think they need to be released. Like, I think if Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks don't want to restructure their deal, then I think we do have to move forward. Look, it's a very uncomfortable situation this team is in. Very, very uncomfortable. I love all these guys, yo. I believe all of them still are very good players. But because of this salary cap situation, we have to make some moves that we don't want to have to make. And all four of them should either really restructure their deal, or I think they should be released, yo. Another guy is, which I think honestly he's going to retire, is Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce to me is still the best center in the game, but he's older, and I think he's going to retire anyway, because he contemplated retirement after last season. So after this dismal of a season, I don't know if you want to start over with a new quarterback, a new coaching staff, then a team that's not expected to really win much this season. So I think Jason Kelce is going to retire anyway. But Alshon's gone, Deshaun's gone, Malik Jackson should be gone, Derek Barnett should be gone, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks, all should restructure. I think Zach Ertz should be gone. And let's see where that takes us, yo. If we still a little bit over, maybe we make some other little moves a little bit under than cool or whatever. But those are some obvious moves that I think the Philadelphia Eagles have to make, considering the salary cap mess that we in. It's uncomfortable. I love all those guys, but we are definitely in a full-going rebuild. And I also think we should trade Darius Slay as well. Rodney McLeod, another one, coming off an ACL injury. He has 1 year left on his deal. Maybe you try to get, I think maybe we should release him also, but maybe they restructure, since he had a really good season last year, but we'll see. Those are moves I think the Eagles should definitely make to try to get this team going back, rebuilding and heading in the right direction. But with that being said, yo, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, this coming Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Also, man, one more thing also before I get off of here. Another reason I definitely think we do need to shred some salary cap, not only to get under the cap, obviously, but we need to sign a backup quarterback. We need to sign one like a Tyrod Taylor. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford a Jacoby Brissett. I think you could get a Tyrod Taylor for pretty cheap. Somebody like that. We need to sign a backup quarterback. And the reason I keep emphasizing that is because of this. We better not. I repeat, I did a video about this, but I just want to make it more of an emphasis again. I want to put it out there again, just in case some miraculous reason somebody in the Eagles front office is listening, which I know they ain't, but just in case. You never know. Do not draft a quarterback at number 6. Please. Shred this money, sign a veteran backup for cheap. Thank you, Howie and Jeffrey Lurie. But like I said, live Q&A Monday, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific. Y'all come holler at me. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.